History of Star Trek, Episode Koloth. Koloth was among the most legendary warriors, heroic military leaders, and adept negotiators in the Klingon Empire during the late 23rd and 24th centuries. As a product of 22nd century genetic engineering, Koloth was descended from Klingons afflicted with the augment virus created in 2154. By the 24th century, he seems to have been cured or genetically altered. Koloth's status within the Empire was reserved to the extent that he achieved the status of a Klingon Daha Master. His glory further succeeded him. After his death in 2370, when he earned his own statue among the Hall of Heroes on Kronos. Much of Koloth's early career is unknown. However, by the 2260s, he had achieved the rank of captain and was assigned as a commander of a D7 battlecruiser, the IKS Groth. In 2268, the Groth was on a 6-month mission assigned to patrol the border between the Klingon Neutral Zone, around Stardate 4523.3. Koloth ordered the Groth to stop the Federation Deep Space Station K7 to claim shore leave rights. The shore leave was accepted, but shortly thereafter a brawl between his crew, perpetrated by his first officer Kroth, and a group of Starfleet officers broke out on the station. Koloth demanded that Captain Kirk issue a formal apology and assume all responsibility for the persecution of the Klingon nationals in the quadrant. Kirk, however, refused, citing a recently discovered Klingon plot to poison a shipment of grain designated for Sherman's planet. Koloth, Kor, and Kang, who originally set out with 40 legions, together held the Koma Pass against Netang's army in glorious battle in the Trinary star system. The three warriors were forced to fight the enemy with the blinding light of 3 suns in their eyes. The battle ended with the mountainside covered with so much dead that there was not a square meter of ground to be seen. Together they feasted on Nang's heart in celebration of their victory. In 2289, Koloth represented the Klingon Empire in negotiations at the Kovat colony with the Federation. Koloth had little use for the Federation, and his implacable demeanor towards their top ambassador, Curzon Dax, earned him the nickname Iceman. No matter how reasonable the proposal or how much it would have favored the Klingon Empire, Koloth. During the late 2280s, a band of depredators led by the Albino began raiding Klingon colonies. 3 Klingon warships led by Kor, Koloth, and Kang were sent out to stop them. Their mission was successful in capturing most of the depredators, but the Albino was able to escape. In the Albino's last message to the Klingons, he promised that he would take his revenge on the firstborn of each of the 3 captains. Within a few years, he kept his word and managed to inflict the warriors' 3 innocent children with a genetic virus that eventually killed them. In 2290, Kor, Kang, and Koloth and Jadzia Dax pledged a blood oath to avenge the deaths of their sons against the offense committed by the Albino. After decades of searching, Kang learned in 2370 that the Albino was on the planet Sectiris 4. Kang traveled there and discovered his compound. The Albino knew immediately of his arrival and invited the trio to a fair fight, and the last glorious battle. Kang contacted both Kor and Koloth for a rendezvous on Deep Space Nine in preparation of their final attempt to complete their lifelong quest. 3 months later, Kor, Koloth, and Kang, with the aid of Jadzia Dax, prepared their attack on the Albino's compound, only to discover that it was a trap. Using the element of surprise, they bombarded the compound with Tetrion particles, forcing the Albino and his sentries to fight face-to-face and hand-to-hand combat. Tetrion particles disrupted energy weapons. Koloth was fatally wounded, fighting the Albino's personal guard. Following a fierce duel, Kang was able to slay the Albino, held at bay by Dax, before he died as well. Having fulfilled their blood oath, both Kang and Koloth died glorious and honorable deaths. Thank you for watching the history of Koloth, and special thanks to Memory Alpha for all information you heard today. Have a great day. Bye-bye.